And like we were saying, like it's all these billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson who are building out these space companies.
Yeah.
But is it worth it to go, like, is it worth it to put all this money into
Well,
going
Elon
to
Musk
space?
has a different mindset with his task. He's not going to Mars for the giggles out of it. He's going to Mars because he wants to make sure that human being wants to be able to colonize something else, because at the end of the day, he wants to leave he wants to leave probably humankind with like a footprint that he did something about it, right? But also he probably understands there's only so much finite resources on Earth too, also eventually one day as we get more populated. And the other part is probably, to be honest with you, and the reason why he's doing it so cheap and trying to make it cheaper is because eventually we can go to asteroids and mine stuff, or even to the moon to mine stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I think he's he's doing all this stuff. It is to go to outer space, and he's talked about colonizing Mars and stuff, which is not something that it's just you're just going for.
Just fun. Just for fun, you know. He didn't say that. He talked about colonizing. He talked about making, human
but
beings.
is it necessary? That's the question. Is it necessary to colonize Mars or to go?
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask a different question to counter that a little bit. So, what's necessary, right? To be exact, right? So, why do we want to do this? I guess I think one, probably to help further technology. To be honest with you, I think that's what he's doing it to help further technology, and I think I think he's trying to steal legacy. But the question is to like, yes, but we haven't even explored our own Earth completely, right? We only explored 8% of our ocean, literally, on our own planet.
Mm-hmm. It's like he talks about it. Like what I've heard about it, I mean, I can't theorize on what his real motives are. But when he's talking about how resources here on Earth are not there's not as many. We need to go colonize other planets and other things in outer space.
Yeah.
But is that really the case? Like you said, we haven't explored everything. Also, there's a lot of stuff here that we're destroying our planet right now. So are we gonna go and just destroy another planet? Like that's the goal.
Trash another planet.
Is that the goal? We're just gonna we couldn't make it on this one. Let's go find another one. We go trash that one. We go find another one. Is that what we're gonna do? Just like
that's true. I mean, I also feel like the more we take resources from our own planet, the more we destroy it too, right? And so
you want to go and steal resources from another planet to bring back here.
Listen, the rocks just floating around in space, man, not conquered. No one lives there, like asteroids and stuff. Why not?
It's also interesting, right? Because like space works in an exact way, right? Like there are all these planets that are floating around. If we take all these resources from another planet, it messes up their gravity, their orbits, and then it will mess up everything that happens here too. Like it's just it will
take forever. I feel like I'm not saying like go to the moon and destroy the moon, right? But I'm saying like maybe go to Mars and extract some, maybe
it's the same thing. This is exactly the same thing that you said.
I feel like Mars is too far away for us to affect us, and no one lives there,
No one lives on the moon either.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, with the moon, I feel like it could be potentially do more damage or harm than us. I get it, and I see, especially if we end up extracting too much stuff out of that. So, but you're right. I mean, is it a necessity? Because in our own planet, we have our own problems to resolve, and now why not spend the money, the resources, and the technology to fix it? Like you mentioned,
I feel like if we are able to live on this planet and be sustainable on one planet, we can take that knowledge and go somewhere else. Otherwise, we're just destroying planets over and over again. We're gonna be Thanos. That's it.
Of course, yeah.
That's all we're doing. We're just going from one planet to another.
And I agree. And I think as human beings, we definitely need to learn how to conserve and to live more sustainably ourselves. And I feel like we won't learn that lesson until something really bad happened to us. That's the thing.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I feel like human beings were just we're just wired to like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but we're so spoiled, right? Like right now, we're so spoiled by everything. Everything's abundance right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only way someone will learn something is when the things are taken away from us.
Yeah, that's true. And like, I don't know. We talked about this before about like,
Yeah,
yeah, it might take a pandemic for like for for us to like get together and do something about it. But
yeah,
I mean, we're spending all this money on something like space where we could just be putting that money towards research or towards like building more sustainable pipelines and
yeah,
doing things that could help us on this planet rather
yeah.
than
Like for example, all the
looking at
trash
the
that
other
we just
ones.
we're talking about pollution, right? All the trash that we produce ourselves, how we can clean that up better, how we
Hmm.
can how can we reuse a lot of this stuff, how can we turn that into energy, and then be able to like not destroy our own ecosystem as
Yeah,
just as we still live here.
how we can make like cheap bamboo straws instead of the stupid paper straws that they're
Yeah,
forcing us in California. Like
yeah,
that's one thing that hits very home to me. Like I hate those paper straws; they suck. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, there's a lot of things that we could do here.
I mean,
Like
even
it's
explore our own ocean, right? Think about it, like build the technology to explore our own ocean because there's a lot of stuff probably in the ocean that we probably haven't extracted either, resources wise.
yeah, but it's also not as sexy to be like I'm gonna go into the ocean.